Secret, Fnatic, upper bracket. And we're in the draft.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Game number 1. Secret Radiant, Fnatic Dire. First pick going the way of Fnatic.
Yep. Nice call on that Batrider too. One of the few teams playing, especially in that mid roll. They just take it out first.
Good job, Shiver.
Did I do
You're
that?
on fire when it comes to predictions, yeah? Was she?
She didn't, but give her the credit. You're doing a good job.
She's like, did I do that?
I mean, we did see Moon play it 3 times so far out of the 6 games played. So.
That is true.
And they take out the 2 big supports.
Yeah, we see the Lich and Disruptor together with the Bat on Team Secret, and on Fnatic we see the more sustain, more of these heroes that are... I mean, they're all very, very stable right now in the meta. However, Wisp went through, and Fnatic instantly they snatch it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen many teams lose with Wisp. It's difficult.
It is. And yeah, that Lich and Disruptor, right? I mean, we saw yesterday in the Liquid game, the Disruptor started with 7 mangoes. Like, you just go to a lane and you just spam some nukes. You just go there and you spam. It's easy to win a lane.
Yeah, that's Dota right now. You go to your lane, you have some mangoes, you pick Lich Disruptor, you feel good.
And
you click Q and you feel real good.
Of course, here Disruptor is banned, which would be one of the better responses against IO. Personally, I like Wyvern pretty nicely too against it.
They go with the Slark.
Secret have first 2 Slark a lot in this tournament. Like
but they also played it on both Nisha and Matu.
They lost with Nisha.
Yeah, they did.
But both of these players are super capable of playing Slark. If you remember Matu, he just came into the scene. He was literally known for Slark and for innovating item builds on him. So, but as you said, Nisha lost with it a little bit, and maybe it's better on Matu.
Curious, I assume Puppy will probably take his hero here. I'm just trying to think what it is.
There's a lot of these heroes on position 5 that are still very strong. Grimstroke is all right. There's also 3 that's in the pool. What surprises me that Abaddon went through completely from Team Secret. Now Fnatic, they could pick a combo with Wisp or go for that double save. Yeah. We've seen Wisp and Abba do really well.
A hero that I know Fnatic likes that's good with IO and good against Slark would be Necrophos here. I don't know if they would want to pick it up here, but if they want it in this draft, this is probably the spot to do it.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
It really sounds great.
And I know you brought up the winner Wyvern against the IO, the Grimstroke. Not like quite as good, but right, you link it up. You know you're going to get that double link between the IO and that. And they do just go with the gyro.
Yeah, they just secure the gyro for themselves.
Get it, yeah.
We've recently seen most teams picking like a position 5 and their position 1 in the first 2. I kind of feel like that is maybe not ideal for Fnatic. You kind of want to give 23 Savage the last pick normally, don't you?
Maybe you do, but the fact that you have Wisp and Gyro allows you to be a little bit more straightforward and just pick this strong combo.
Okay.
Just to not risk it being banned in the second stage.
That's fair.
So on Secret, obviously you have this Grimstroke now who, I mean, that's already a good lane. Slark Grim, you just go on someone, you might just get a kill, you're gonna harass them out of lane. But we've been seeing most teams have been picking stuff with the Grimstroke. I know before people were picking it solo, but you almost always want at least 1 stun, 1 nuke, 1 something to go with it.
I love this ban from Fnatic, by the way. They ban out the Centaur. I think it's one of the strongest offlaner versus Wisp and Gyro combo. You get 1 strong support with the Centaur and you can win that lane.
And it's good. And it's good in the whole game, right? Like they relocate, ulti, get out.
So what do we like that Secret can pick up for taking on the IO Gyro?
One hero, I'm not sure if they're gonna pick it or not, but I've seen some teams do it, is Venomancer versus Wisp and Gyro. Versus Wisp plus anything, Venomancer is just great because of that Gale, the way it works in the lane, and also Poison Sting that prevents the heals from Wisp, obviously. But we haven't seen a lot of it.
Veno is quite good for teams, for Secret, especially because Fnatic already showed their carry. Like they can't go some IO plus a hero that can dispel Veno, which is one of his biggest weaknesses. So I could see Veno probably on the 4th pick, not on the 3rd one, as I assume Secret would want to, open the phase of a support. That probably matches up well with their Grimstroke, so they get some more engage in a combo with their ultimate.
They focus on banning out the mid at the moment with the TA. So that's quite surprising.
They ban out the Magnus as well. Secret was playing Magnus plus Troll, I believe, before, so they still do make these combos with Magnus. Magnus on its own is a really strong hero at the moment. So
Yeah, 1900
there's also
HP with like two bracers at level
bracers.
10 is, and he hits hard, right? Because he has his W. He pounds
He's
you
just
down.
a hard carry at the moment. He's no longer just that empower buff. He's a hard carry later on.
No,
Even
someone mentioned it yesterday. I don't actually know what happened to the hero.
Yeah,
like, why is it not picked here?
I thought that was the same. I was like, Io, Doom, and Mag were like my top three heroes, and
Yeah.
Mag just fell the hell off.
Well, it was picked in the group stages though.
It
Like
was a
we
decent
saw
amount.
Matu even play it as on the safe lane. But yeah, we see the position 4. The Rubik gets picked up. There will be Yapsors.
Yeah. Rubik Grim is actually pretty solid. It's not necessarily a great Rubik game right now, but Grim Rubik together is very strong. You get a double lift with the Soulbind. You also get double Fade Bolt, which is a lot of damage in fights.
and whatever
especially
Rubik
early on.
steals as well, you
Exactly,
can have
yeah.
the potential of doing that spell 2 times.
Double homing missile so far. Yeah.
Let's go.
That's the only one.
It does make you think. That's Rubik always makes you think like. You just double think heroes you're gonna pick. You're like, oh, do we really want him to do it? They go with the Winter Wyvern themselves. Easy setup now.
Very interesting to go for that Wyvern like that. Underlord, all right.
He might be the most like picked hero that no one really talked about this tournament because
Underlord.
he's getting picked like almost every game now as well.
I think Underlord is a really strong hero. Personally, I've had good success with him. I think he's also received a lot of buffs ever since TI. And in this game, he's pretty good against Gyro. Gyro obviously hits a lot of people, so the more damage you reduce from him, it
Everyone.
Exactly, it
Yeah.
helps your whole team. You also buy auras that are really good against it. And both Wyvern and Io don't deal the most damage from the support duo either.
They went with the Lash now. That's the extra damage that's necessary versus the Underlord versus the Slark as well. Obviously, you can't just hide in the Dark Pact in your ulti. But
One of Moon's best
Pipe
heroes,
on
too.
Underlord right now is just so valuable.
It
Like,
is.
it's a must-have item.
I like it though. You can tell they want to like, even though they have this Io gyro, you can see this timing where they're just the gyro's gonna get like his second item. This Leshrek's gonna be able to just push down towers, and they might just be able to run at you as long as this Underlord doesn't have a great start.
It's great as well when you have a fast-paced hero on mid lane together with Wisp and Gyro, because that midder can create so much space, start pushing. And Wisp and Gyro, they're just chilling, farming. If the necessity occurs, you can reload in.
And that's why I love the Winter Wyvern with, right? You just lay a curse, they're stuck there, Io gyro on top of you just like that.
In terms of team fight, it's definitely looking a little spooky there.
Actually, one of the first teams to roll offlane Winter Wyvern, very Fnatic with
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
It is a
Both these
possibility.
teams actually. Yeah, it was Zai and Isis
Yeah,
were like the
true.
first two. That's pretty funny. We'll see.
Well, yeah, they are keeping it open, I guess,
Could
with
be.
the last pick. Because at the moment, normally you'd expect now that Ice Ice Zero to be the last pick for Fnatic. And for Secret, we are still lacking well, depends on who's playing Slark, I guess, but the Nisha hero most likely. Well, it depends. Would Moon actually play Leshrac?
I think so,
I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
That's like one of his favorite heroes.
He's pretty good on Lesh, I've seen it. And obviously, like we said, it's really good against Slark. I think Fnatic are probably looking for their offlaner last.
What boxes does it need to tick? If it's not Winter Wyvern.
I think something that helps their lineup at least is someone who can go in and engage the fight for them. Perhaps, initiate, have a lockdown, have a stun.
So you don't rely solely on Winter Wyvern and the curse for initiation. It would be really good. You can see that Team Secret understands that, and because
Yeah.
of that, they ban out the axe.
And the scary thing is you already know you're playing versus a Slark plus a Grimstroke, so you need something that can hopefully survive that, even that level 1 and 2 fights with the Inkswell.
So the axe removed for Secret.
Something like a Shaker isn't that horrible, right? With you're playing versus Rubik, you're giving a lot of good spells though.
Yeah, I can't really find a perfect pick for them. I think Sand King is okay. It's not very good against the Radiant. Like against the support duo, it's not good. But overall against Slark, it's fine, and it does the job in the game by engaging and stunning.
Do you know that you guys said the Timbersaw was still highly contested for Ice 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 whenever he gets a chance? It's not banned. It's still in the pool. Would this be a good Timbers game for Ice?
It gives you that front line. He can create a lot of space, and he has Winter Wyvern and Wisp to help him out. At the same time, it doesn't fill some other boxes. Like it doesn't give them that catch. You have this beast up front, but they can just ignore him and circle around him.
It's okay here. I don't think it's that great. Again, I think most offlaners here are kind of going to struggle against the supports because they have lockdown. Also, if you do have some sort of disengage, the Soulbind is really annoying against you. It will stop the Timber Chain. You have Underlord's route too.
Well, I can tell you that this tournament so far, Ice has played Necro, Clock, and Pango as the heroes that are still in the pool. With Necro, he's played Necro 3 times actually, out of the 6 games.
Both Necro and Pango sound alright for me. Necro versus the Slark is really good.
Pango, after watching so many Rubik versus Pango games, I'm just that's one of the few I'm like, I don't even know if I want to risk that at all. I like Necro.
I wouldn't really want to play Pango here. It's good against Slark, but it's not good against the rest. Like all the other heroes, they kind of like to play against you. All these roots and lifts, he steals your spells. I would say like Necro or a guy that engages like Sanking, yeah.
You have to think about Secret's last pick as well, so that can also be an issue.
Secret's last pick most likely going to be the hero up against the Leshrac. For Nisha, what are we liking?
That's what I'm curious. I almost have to see Fnatic's last pick too.
Do you guys have a favorite in terms of which draft you like better now? Like without the last pick, obviously, but...
If I didn't say team names, honestly, I like Fnatic's.
Clockwork.
They do go for it.
So we talked about the Pango, we talked about the Necro, but we kind of left the Clock out, yeah. And Morphling. I was honestly thinking about Morph because of Wisp and Gyro. And because Nisha, when I was starting up, he was playing in similar teams and he was owning us, he was destroying us with his Morph. At the same time, you have Morph and Slark. You're so passive with these 2 cores. That's the only reason why I didn't like it, why I didn't mention it.
All right. Final words, guys?
I mean, straight up draft-wise, I do like Fnatic's draft, but they have to show me they can play up to the level of Secret, so I'd be curious.
I think if Zai has a good early game, I actually like Secret's draft more, simply because I think he will bring their lineup together and Fnatic might have problems dealing enough damage.
At the same time, what Kezu has just said, if he doesn't have a good start, if that Underlord doesn't have a good game, I don't see the way for them to come back into this game.
All right, well, let's find out what's going to happen in the first game of the day. Don't forget to vote for your MVP during the game. And let's head over to a commentary duo of Cap and Kyle.
So it sings, make you shout, make you scream. Little voice in your brain, driving you insane. Just do it up for like 1 minute. Just do it up. Gives up. Just deal with that. Just deal with it. Just deal with it.
You know, it was a little bit of a late night last night. Not a whole lot of us got a ton of sleep, so let's start things off nice and easy with a warm cup of tea or coffee as we snuggle into this Team Secret versus Fnatic match. Kyle?
Yes?
How you feeling about this?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to see someone let the Wisp through. Of course, it's Puppey, notable for allowing enemies to get the absolute best hero in the patch and then showing the world how to beat it. I liked what Fnatic had until the Clockwork last pick, which is already kind of off-meta niche, but not for Ice, of course. It's one of his favorites, but against Rubik, more Slark, it's a tough one. I think they're going for a one-on-one matchup against the Underlord, but I don't think you're going to get it in this dual lane meta.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but we'll see. The defensive tri-lane starting off for Fnatic, something that I guess Clockwork will be able to deal with a little bit better if he
Yep.
cogs is early and just makes the creep equilibrium go his way. Underlord always struggles in that level 1.
Yep, this is something that we saw in the past. Also, Nisha Morphling, if is like just one of the best player hero combos in Dota right now. But when we saw 3v1s in the past, it always kind of came down to like one hero with a creep blocking mechanism, like Clock or Shaker, would always out GPM like a hero like Underlord, who has no choice but to just pull creeps with 2 heroes trying to stop him. Although, of course, we're going to have a 2-on-1 scenario now, but still a defensive tri-lane for Secret bottom.
Yeah, I really thought they were going to commit one hero to be able to stop this early pull, just because Clockwork, as you were saying, like it's to the favor of the Clockwork in this try versus try situation, because Clock has a way to get that farm. I thought maybe they would just burn out the Underlord as much as possible. He succeeds in getting 1 pull, and then you call it a day. But they called it a day a little bit earlier, maybe just because they wanted to be able to pressure that bottom lane a bit more. Unfortunately, DJ is going to be losing his courier to start things off.
This is I like the decision to try lane just because it means that, you know, Ice really won't have much of a game. Up top, Zai's going to do okay. One of the offlaners I think that's best being left on an island. We saw that a lot yesterday. People were struggling, but Zai always finds a way to just get something out of it. But I think it's also just because he's more comfortable like ending up as the 4 position, right? Because he's playing with Yapsor, who more often than not actually out GPMs him by the 15-20 minute mark.
Zai and KP, I think, are 2 good examples, except for they're slightly different in that KP's a greedier offlaner, but he still somehow makes the solo offlane works for him, especially due to kind of his hero pool.
The other one I remember was, I haven't seen him in a while, but Forev, back when he was playing that old MVP squad, he would just play some axe. There's one game I remember he was like 6-0 by 8 minutes with a blink and a Vanguard and just absolutely trashed the game. Oh, mid lane. Nisha's might actually get aggressive here. He's got DD.
Oh, he's going for it with the double damage. He's almost going to 4-shot Moon here. Has to morph into strength a little bit. Fire, and Moon will be recipient of that DD rune. That is just so many mid laners complain about it. My mid matchup is ruined by a power rune that spawned. Somebody got a double damage or a regen.
What was wrong with having one side spawn a rune, the other spawning a bounty rune? I really liked that when it was around for a bit because it does just feel like unnecessary, like super important RNG, right? One player gets a DD, the other does not. But heads up by Nisha, I think he probably would have made it to both rune spots first. He has vision bottom, and Fnatic chose to ward the high ground, so Moon will never really know where. He has to go before the spawn if he wants to camp a rune spot.
Right. Okay, a little bit of pullback here. Ice. Gonna be taking a lot of damage, especially as he doesn't have his battery assault. So that means Matamba Man has nothing slowing him down as he pursues that Fnatic offlaner down. 2-0 already. And for a lineup that we're talking about is going to be a bit slower in the mid game, doesn't have true playmakers. They have Slark, Morphling, Underlord. Both of those, all 3 of those are like very static laners. As long as their lanes actually start off really well, then that can be easily ignored. Yeah,
because if you look at Fnatic's lineup, one of the downsides of Clock support and why we don't see it so often is because you don't fulfill the roles of traditional offlaners right now, which is aura buyers or damage dealers. Clock, Wisp, Wyvern, these heroes don't provide any offensive output, so you need your Gyro and Leshrac to be skyrocketing. They have to be 1-2 in the net worth for Fnatic to take this game, and Secret's lineup is just going to scale so well. Everyone's going to be incredibly tanky and tough to take down, and Fnatic's also very low on disables. So you get a BKB up on Slark, you get Morphling some farm, and I actually just don't know how you kill anybody. I imagine Zai will get a pipe at some point. Both enemy cores deal primarily mixed damage, so it's an uphill battle for Fnatic if they don't solidify these lanes.
How is that okay? A 200 health Morphling just kind of charges at the Leshrac because he knows he can trade efficiently, thanks in part to the bottle charges he has, plus the higher damage.
Just chilling.
Just doesn't give a damn. Moon ignoring him and instead going for the deny on the creeps. They're doing about even when it comes to the CS.
Oh my god. It's like, it just makes my heart pound when I see someone go to actual 1 HP. But that's because Ice, it's really cool that he does that. Ice's Clock is known for just scouting and sniping with rockets, but it's a really heads-up play to just spam the middle, because if you catch Nisha regenning, right, like, he's just dead.
Yeah. Even if something, maybe you don't kill him, but maybe you kill his bottle charge or something like that, that's still going to kill a lot of his efficiency in the lane. Top lane, Zai. Gyrocopter It's quite the fearsome beast, but he's going to try and fight him underneath the creep wave. But sadly, with the help of the Wisp, 23 Savage proves to be too strong.
Hey, you take those. He's doing still just fine up top, 15-5. A lot of the denies on clock are cogs.
Yeah.
And I will say, it's one of those things that you, I want to, like, I try to give credit to. I really appreciate plays, little things that don't often work, but only the good players are even trying, right? Little things like checking runes that don't spawn or rocketing for kills. It's just really cool, and eventually it works out and everyone notices, but oftentimes it's just, yeah. Welcome
A
to Dota 2.
2-minute double damage into a 6-minute double damage on a mid-morphling.
I can hear Heen and Matt laughing about it. They're like 15 feet away. And I don't blame them because you get an Arcane into a DD. This is just the dream for Morph. He already got the first blood thanks to the 2-minute DD. And now Leshrac can't really play offensive at all because he's threatened at all times.
Okay, so it seems like the laning phase is going just a little bit better for Secret. Part of that, I'm sure, is these double damage runes. But at what point, okay, Fnatic, not sure what we're going to be doing here. Ice does manage to push Matumba Man away from DJ instead of locking him inside. Meanwhile, they go for the dive on mid. Nisha makes use of that double damage rune, killing Moon once again.
And we talked about this. I really like the Orb of Venom on Matu. If he can just land this hit, it might be a kill on Ice, but he's wisely just running away from the lane.
He has another round of cogs, but Matumba Man makes sure to stay very close to Ice. It's going to be telekinesis back into his own cogs and finished off by Puppey.
Oh my, wait,
He took the tower with that double damage. That was a 5-minute catapult push when he got the kill on Moon, so nobody was there to defend it.
Oh my. That's pretty bad for Fnatic fans. Mid tower is by far the most valuable, and it's 7 minutes and you don't have one. Moon just hit level 6. Good lord.
Again, you pointed out they had a ward bottom to spot the rune, and he positioned himself top. So he did prepare himself to get lucky.
Sure.
But you have to admit that
it's like
that swing of luck really just set this laning phase off to a terrible start.
It's like when I put a coin in a slot machine and win big. You know, it wasn't luck. Like I made that happen.
Well, Secret have made the score 4-1 here, as Moon is going to be forced to doing a little bit of jungling. Our Morphling is free to kind of move wherever he wants to. He's even giving up the mid lane to the Rubik, so Yapzor can kind of recover from that tri lane. Regen, perfectly timed. Hear more giggling outside.
It's like, come on. How is this, this isn't, like, it's not fair.
It's just not.
And Fnatic, you know, where's the tower pressure going to come from? Your Gyro is top net worth, sure, but you look at the Secret lineup. You've got Grimstroke, you've got Underlord Rubik. You have so much wave clear. You can just spam safely from behind towers.
I mean, it was supposed to come from Moon, right? But he's over 1,000 net worth behind.
I do.
Morphling. Faded Brooch, okay.
I will say I really like the decision to start maxing Edict. Whenever you fall behind on Lesh, you see some inexperienced players at times maxing Lightning or Stun. You don't have the levels to have that luxury.
We're going to go for a team fight here. The Telekinesis isn't going to be able to save Yapzor, but it will help Morphling waveform away. It's going to be slowed down by DJ, but I doubt they want to chase all the way through the river. They'll just return back to that bottom lane.
Yeah.
Try and put some pressure on bottom, but failing that, they're at least giving Ice
oh my
Ice
God.
a chance to recover in levels. Because
3
boy,
levels.
he needs it.
Net worth looks good for Secret, a slight edge, but in XP, they are absolutely dominating right now. And by that, I mean it's also 1,000.
I mean, maybe they can somehow get both outposts here. Because they are going aggro right now, and then Clockwork should be able to beat Underlord
Yeah,
to the building. Maybe.
This is really favorable for Clock in a matchup sense, but when you're 3 levels behind, you can't actually pressure the Underlord. You don't have enough levels in battery just yet.
Yeah.
And as you can see, Underlord just pushes the wave.
Well, he's got 3 levels with Moon coming in. This is just the kind of rotation they really needed. And look at that, Zai, unable to get off the Pit of Malice immediately, and as a result is quickly closed in upon by Ice.
That's all right. You're the designated feeder in this game. Your job is to just farm waves and look at your 2 cores, you know, Nisha and Matumba Man doing just fine. Drums built on Matu. Looks like a rushed E-Blade on Nisha. This is cool. Secret, one of the few teams that really like this Grimstroke Morph combo for the double E-Blade. It is unbelievable burst damage.
All right. You're literally giving a double damage rune. You can't get the same rune twice. right? So he's
Twice
literally
in a row.
getting the most double damages you can get.
Correct.
2, 6, and 10.
And they happen to spawn like where he's waiting, right?
That is also true. They keep on spawning top. This is legitimately some of the best rune luck I've ever seen.
It's just playing into Secret's hands. You just continue to play passive. Slark, as you see, just sits under tower. You don't really mind having a Wisp Gyro pressuring you because you farm the creeps, then go hide under tower, heal up back to full.
Smoking ice. Oh, he tried to go for a cogs. Look at Nisha double trapping him inside. Oh, Winter's Curse laid out. Can he fly over the trees to safety? DJ needs to be able to get away from Nisha, who's still on the hunt here, as is Zai. They're just going to keep the vision. They also have... if only he... Oh, that was a good try there.
Sick.
I was going to say maybe if he'd pop Battery Assault and then waveform forward, but maybe it was on cooldown.
We're actually so lucky. We start taking it for granted when we see some of these players excel on the really flashy cores like PL Morph.
Yeah.
Then you play them and you realize how incredibly difficult it is to like have your muscle memory down like that, to just seamlessly switch between heroes while spellcasting perfectly. Moon looking to take this tower, but he's in trouble.
Oh, he's just got to fully commit here. Maybe able to get the kill onto Puppey, and he should with that AoE damage. Now can he get the tower? One last shot from the catapult will secure it. So no deny. It's pretty much the best case scenario there for Moon.
Definitely worth. You take those, but it would have been preferred if they could have said, wait, what?
What?
Where did they reload?
They relocate. I think we were supposed to relocate mid. I think that was a misclick.
I
Right?
think you might be
Because
right,
if you're
yeah.
Moon, you're calling for them to come mid.
Oh, for sure. I think he might have just accidentally double tapped. I don't think you can
No,
accidentally
you
double
can't.
tap.
That would take you back to the fountain, if anything.
Could have misclicked minimap.
Somehow
I
he
don't know.
misclicked like right where he was. Man, that's wild.
Either way, game's still relatively even. Secret's draft certainly going to be favored into the late game, so it's Fnatic's incentive to push here. I like the way they're playing it. Put the Wisp Gyro bottom, get aggressive in the off lane. There's a glyph available for Secret? No, not yet.
Maybe we'll see that play again off of a replay. I'd love to be able to see it. Maybe it's possible he relocated by himself to mid and we just didn't see it.
DJ playing the safe lane as the Wyvern, as expected. You just throw this hero in the dead lane, he spams W, eventually he has items. I like the decision to go for the damage build. A lot of Wyverns are doing this. It's why we also see it more as the 4 than the 5, because you have such a, 60 damage at level 10 for your talent is effectively nearly 5,000 gold. So you just go for these right-click attack speed items, your Q gives you massive range bonus, and you become a sizable core. And we talked about them having damage issues, so it makes sense that he would go straight for as much as possible.
Double Prowler's a little hard to bring down this early, thanks to all that regen. But eventually, thanks in part to the double damage, they are able to do it.
It just never feels good. Look at Fnatic's lineup. They last picked this Clockwork, and Ice is in bottom of the charts.
And again,
Level 6.
let's just talk about it one more time. He isn't that effective against a lot of their heroes. Slark is able to pounce out or Shadow Dance. You've got this Morphling as obviously Waveform. The Ruby can telekinesis you out of the cogs.
Is that a mech? Wow. Jab's just straight up rushing it. Raindrop stick mech. So your team fighting for Fnatic now is incredibly strong. If you could bait a hero tethered towards mech, it's almost a full heal. But I don't see Secret taking any 5-on-5 engagements anytime soon. They're just going to continue farming their 3 cores in separate areas of the map. Yapzor is going to run around, stealing creep waves here and there, trying to find some kills. And you're really just not feeling the pressure. You can see the net worth lead for Secret continuing to expand just as minute ticks by with no action because they farm
Here comes a big push, and that is a pickoff on Puppey. Unfortunately, I'm sure they would have much preferred catching somebody like that Underlord there, the Slark who's farming that part of the map not so long ago. Fnatic, though, are picking up the pace, and that's what we need to see them do, right?
Yeah, Secret, you're waiting for your E-Blade and your Diffusal timing, and then all of a sudden these cores get much scarier. Nisha already walking around with that Ironwood tree and a Wraith Band, so E-Blade, what's he got? 183 agility at the moment, so once he picks that up, you have the Grimstroke double application because of the ultimate as well. And on top of that, this is the problem when you're playing a Clockwork against a Slark. There's really no way to threaten him so long as he saves his pounce or ult. And Aquila Imp Claw, okay.
Imp Claw can be kind of scary on Morphling. He's all agied up that one hit. We do have catapults on their way. So if Fnatic can hold this point, maybe they can get some more damage on this tier 2.
Yep. And Secret's doing a nice job. Again, it's relatively rudimentary for them, I'm sure, but you'd be surprised how difficult it is to teach people certain concepts like where you should be farming. The top of man, see, that's an aggro diffusal on the gyro.
Yep.
That's a great decision under the circumstances.
I mean, it really helps against these heroes. The Morphling is somewhat limited by Diffuse Blade, maybe not as much as the old one, but still.
Slark and Underlord specifically.
Yeah, Slark really hates mana burn for sure. 23 Savage in some trouble. They do have a relocate just up the cliff, which is a pretty smart choice from Jabs to be able to keep them in fighting shape. They do have the E-Blade now on the Morphling, and that may come as a surprise to Fnatic if they push a little bit too far forward. Rubik stealing that Gyrocopter ultimate.
No problem. But yeah, what Secret's done really well is where they're farming. So Nisha, even though he's like a morph, you know, he's my late game, I want him protected. He's actually taking the dangerous part of the map, playing top with no vision. Slark is mid and then cutting through jungles, and Underlord plays the dead lane bottom. This is the ideal movement because the highest value kill of the Morphling is in the area of the map you don't want to enter as the dire side. You want to play enemy jungle, not your own.
Especially a hero that is so hard for them to actually lock down.
And Nisha, look at that, a haste rune.
Not bad, not bad.
And Nikila. All right.
Squandering all these pushes that Fnatic are attempting.
It's going to be really difficult for Fnatic to find team fights because they don't have catch outside of the clock, but as we continue to wax poetic about, he can't actually find kills on course. So to initiate a team fight, you sort of need to create a distraction, hit some kind of big curse, and then have a follow-up Lesh gyro. It's just easier said than done, and as expected, Zai's going to rush the pipe just to further increase Secret's advantage in mid-game 5-on-5s.
I mean, they're so reliant on magic damage,
Yeah.
right? Clock, Gyro, Lesh. Gyro will eventually put out some decent physical damage, but he's still, for most of the game, primarily a magic damage dealer.
Yep. And my other concern with Clock is that if you happen to miss the hook, it's a 60-second cooldown.
Yeah, especially when you're this under level. They are going to go for the relocate out here, so Jabs giving up his life to make sure 23 Savage should be okay. Is there any chance that Fnatic come over? Well, not if they can get a pick off here on Matumba Man. They can just stick to that, but there is going to be the Rubik who stole the Gyrocopter's ultimate, helping to be able to get the kill on the Lesh Racket now. Matumba Man, he tried to get out, but fortunately, Ice positioned himself nicely, got in front of the pounce. Back over to Jabs, who relocates back to his death after saving his carry.
Look at Zai, such a team player. Doesn't even cast his Firestorm. He wants to make sure Nisha gets the kill, and it's more efficient because now he can go push out the creep wave. And yeah, as you said, Yapzor, not only did they have the Gyro ulti, he immediately stole the Lesh stun, so just absolutely obliterated him. And we'll see this timely relocate from Jabs to save his Gyro at the cost of his own life.
It's a tough game for this, because you're already playing behind, but then you have to play against certain heroes like Slark and Grimstroke. Counter a lot of your play.
Yeah, if Matu, it looks like he stutter stepped to the left there, where he probably lives. Found himself in the range of Ice's cogs. Inadvertently, I am sure. As Fnatic once again group up, trying to hunt down these secret heroes. Gyrocopter, I think at the Ag's timing, after this BKB that he's just got, his damage output starts to get really scary. You're looking for a fight because Secret also have nothing to really deal with BKBs. It's just, again, the mobility of these core heroes makes it very tough to lock them down unless they make a misstep or overplay aggressively. And it's really Secret's fight to lose in a sense, because I expect they just, let Rubik or Grimstroke die, let Underlord die under tower. You're going to continue to try and press your advantage just by shoving lanes around the map. And typical Radiant style, maybe make a play around the Roche pit as Dire looks to play bottom.
I hate these lineups where I feel compelled to get a BKB like Fnatic does, but at the same time, I don't necessarily feel good about when I use my BKB, right? Because Secret they have so many resets. They have 2 mobile cores. They have this Dark Rift ability they can use. They can poke at you and stuff and still get out of a team fight if you overcommit. use that 10-second BKB charge. Oh, that's a good latch there. Two-man silence with the two-man telekinesis as well. They bring a land stunned onto Leshrac. Moon is easily going to get cleaned up, but now they do have the relocate in coming in onto Yapzor with the hook shot back onto Puppey as well. The two supports have been cleaned up, but here comes the cores of Secret. They're still going to fight this out as Nisha quite tries to go for jabs, but fortunately there is going to be that relocate back just in time. Moon, got to be careful. The Dark Blitz is actually canceled by Zai, knowing that they can win this fight. The BKB runs out, so Gyro couldn't finish off that TP. Secret win a big fight in the mid lane, cost them some buybacks, yes.
Moon bought back too, though, and he had teleport to get back into the fight, but wasn't, like, it was over by that point. That's the cost of doing business. So you can see really, like, jabs timing out, got away just in time, but still a nice fight from Secret. Really, if that BKB lasts just a half-second longer, of course, Gyro makes it out safely, but instead, because you're now dead, you have no BKB, you don't want to buy back. Secret immediately enter the pit, and look at this, they're just going to hunt ice. There's no way you're going to hook steal this today. Nisha now grabs an Aegis.
Mataba Man doesn't get the pallets, but does land close enough to Mataba Man, or to Ice to be able to get the kill.
Yeah, Slark's just so good with these heroes like Grimstroke, like Lich. You just apply shields and let him go nuts, and nowadays, it's all about trying to stay on map, and as you can see, Slark, you find a kill, you go down to 20%, doesn't matter, hide in the trees for a sec, you're already full HP, go start hitting objectives. Nisha now with Aegis actually just rushing the butterfly to maximize the E-Blade damage mid. Zai spot.
Over, see if they can burst down Zai, which they easily will do, but there is Nisha who teleported in and might try and make a fight of it. Of course, there's only 4 seconds to go, telekinesis breaking the tether, but there's a fresh one up for jabs, and they get away.
Yeah, Nisha's doing a good job. The Diffusal Blade on the Gyrocopter makes it difficult for him to trade hits, because if he goes out of mana, can't wave for him, can't E-Blade combo anymore. This style of morph is very mana reliant, but he's also doing a good job of just playing away, making sure he takes over the Gyro, so at any moment he could waveform in, pop flak, and start beating into this Fnatic side.
It just sucks that it's a single core Gyrocopter at this point,
exactly.
because your Clockwork and Leshrac had such poor games.
And it's just no real way to recover. This is the downside of Clockwork. You don't have wave clear, so unlike a lot of the more popular offlaners like Centaur, like Underlord, you can have a terrible start and just farm jungle, farm creep waves, you pick up the pace very quickly just based on getting levels. Clockwork, you don't really do anything like that.
Yo Scepter lead up, perfectly times the stun. Bursts Yapzor down real quickly, but the important part for Moon is that he gets out. And that does not seem possible. He's just going to give another kill to Secret and another bit of agility to the Slark.
Didn't Nisha, when he first joined Secret, like not lose a game on Morphling, like the entire year? I think he lost one.
Yeah, that and he still has a really high win rate on Medusa as well, right?
Yeah. Oh man, I remember that brings me back to playing against the Polar stack where it all started. They were just first two Ogre Medusa, and inevitably you'd lose. You know what we banned when we played against them? There were only 2 bans at the time. Guess.
Was it Ogre Medusa?
Yes, it was.
Good job, Kyle. How many times did you lose to that before you finally banned it?
3.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 3 times.
Let that be let. Nobody beats my drafts with the same draft.
Nobody beats
4
Kyle
times
Friedman
in a row
with Medusa Ogre 4 times in a row.
It's so dumb too, because you lose the same way. It's like, guys, we can kill the Medusa. Shit, we didn't kill the Medusa. Damn it. We lost. And that's that. I'm afraid for Fnatic. These BKBs are queued up. That's going to be it for Matamba Man. Now there's a force on Yapzor, so if he gets Yule's comboed or Clock stunned, he's just going to be able to force himself away. Nisha, he's got Satanic queued up and a Butterfly complete. He's approaching 300 agility, and he's got an Aegis.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We're going to need some sort of god tier initiation from DJ. He's going to have to get like the perfect winner's curse, you know? And he's trying to, with the Blink Dagger built up, maybe he will be able to get a pretty decent one. That sets up the Gyro ulti, as well as the Leshrac stun. Then you can get some sort of cogs positioning off of that as well.
Yep.
There's so many good combo plays they can get, but unfortunately Secret are saying spread apart, so it feels like you have to overcommit to only get 1 core kill, and all those heroes are very hard to break down.
I mean, with the exception of Moon's mid lane, primarily due to those DDs, Fnatic have played a solid game. It's just that Secret have the answers to their draft. And we talked about this yesterday. When one team can find kills and the other has difficulty, it's a very difficult game to execute.
They are going to relocate in, and Ice looks to be able to stop the back line. Immediately goes for Puppey, but Puppey still managed to get the soul blind on the two of them, and Jabs is in trouble. Silence up, but Tumban with his BKB will commit to bringing down that support. Meanwhile, Zai is still alive somewhere in that back line. It looks like he may eventually go down here to Moon, but Moon out of mana, and 23 Savage out of health. No, he actually gets the turnaround. Jabs just in time with a beautiful mech, but can he bring down more? 23 Savage so close, but Tumban dies as well. Yamsur's almost dead. He may take out from the Spirit Vessel, but Ice is on the run. Nisha with that second life is too scary. Yamsur, it does indeed go down. 4 dead on the side of Secret. That's not bad for Fnatic.
That's a 4 for 4. You have a buyback into dieback on the Wisp, but you take that if you're Fnatic. A really great fight. It started a bit split. You saw the hook onto the Grimstroke, but more importantly, they use the ultimate, but they can't kill anybody. So you get the Wisp with it, but he immediately buys back. Gyro was BKB'd, so no damage coming out. You can see the reload coming in. It was just a weird fight from Secret. Yapsor wasn't really there at the start of it either. And Tumban had the ultimate on top of his BKB because the Gyrocopter just does so much damage to him when he's in melee range.
I hope we see this. 23 Savage got so low here. Look at this. The HP par almost completely gone.
One more hit.
80 health is what he was left with when he manages to get the double mech off.
Yeah.
And that in turn takes away the Aegis and gets them 2 different kills.
And this is the power of the IO Gyro, right? This is why typically teams ban out the Wisp, because playing against this combination is pretty brutal. One of the highest win rates in Dota 2 lifetime. Just incredibly adept. No matter how much it gets nerfed, it's always going to be strong. And that was the perfect time for an engagement for Fnatic, because they had just picked up the Aghanims on the Gyro. It's a huge DPS boost, especially when you have a Diffusal. Heroes like Slark, you saw him in Tumban, he died, but before that he was out of mana. He had to stick Dark Pact because he did not have enough to pounce away.
Hey, look at that. Paladin Sword for a Gyro Wisp combo.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. The Gyro is going to get more healing.
That's actually...
It's a free lifesteal item.
It's actually so sick. There was some guy sent me the math on Holy Locket Wisp, Cap. It's a terrible item, but it takes the amplified healing on ally from about 150% to 234%. If you add a Paladin Sword onto the Gyrocopter, Cap.
So you're saying it's finally time to pick up a Holy Locket.
Could be.
Could be. We shall see. Hey, Blink Dagger, that's finally up for DJ, so look for those big initiations on the winner's curse. But meanwhile, 4 staff for Puppey. Now he's got 2 answers to Ice, not just the Glimmer Cape, of course, as well. Going back for a Crimson Guard after that pipe. Zai just looking to pick up more and more of those aura items. And Ice, well, I don't know if Ice has 80 items coming in. We'll see. Moon. Okay, he already pounds. Oh, no. I think at best you would have forced a BKB out of Tumban. You probably wouldn't have been able to bring him down, but still would have been nice.
This is still actually really anybody's game. Secret are in a strong position, but as this game wanes on, I think the IO Gyro combo, when you consider the mobility of Fnatic's lineup, right, the game shifts a bit because it's no longer necessarily about teamfights, it's about who can play the map better.
Yeah.
And even though your disables are low, as you buy items to compensate, all of a sudden Fnatic, you've got Clock, you've got Wyvern Lash, like these heroes can set up for a reload, and Gyro just does so much damage at a point that you're killing someone in a 2 or 3 second lockdown window. A Titan Sliver on the Morph, how much agility, man. If he shifted all the way to Agi, he'd have 300 plus.
It's really good on the Slark as well, but probably a little bit better on Morphling. Consider that base damage percentage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Almost level 20. We also saw the BKB picked up for the Morphling. That is another item. Okay, Tumban just running headlong into Fnatic. He kind of knew about them thanks to his ultimate being triggered and showing that he's being spotted somewhere.
Yep. It's really tough for both teams to fight. You're so afraid of that initial damage opportunity. Nisha just E-Blade combo somebody, whether it's Wyvern or Wisp, they die near immediately. If Fnatic can open onto a support, it's the same story. So both teams being conservative, just ensuring they don't take any fights on bad footing. It's all about controlling high grounds, ensuring that you've got your formidable tanky hero such as Underlord or Gyro between you and the enemy side. Craggy Code on the Lesh, so he's tankier than perhaps Secret would expect. Fnatic posture, 30-minute rune spawn, outposts going 1-to-1 split, and
all right, there's a hook shot. Does manage to grab two of them, bumps the Morphling there, but Matubman, he's not afraid of fighting. They do manage to get the soul bind on two heroes, not onto the Wisp though. As with the BKB from Matubman, he was able to bring him down. What a winner's curse! That's going to be able to catch Zai, bringing him down, and Nisha actually going in with his BKB, does manage to execute jabs at least. Nisha will also TP out at the same time. Clean escape by him, but two buybacks from Secret. All of a sudden, Kyle, what you're saying about this being anybody's game, it truly is.
You know the big difference maker in that fight, Cap? That was a DD rune top. They grab it, they run up the high ground. Even though there's an active shrine for Secret, they don't want to fight into it. Nice job by Nisha to TP out successfully, and you've kind of got a buyback here as Secret, because if you don't, they just walk into the Roche pit, you're fighting against 2 lives. Might as well trade it, try and take a fight in a bit, but that will significantly hamper Matamaman's item progression. As you can see, he's already having trouble surviving, let alone dealing damage.
Yeah,
but that's Ice Frog. He's heard us complaining about the RNG. Nisha, you get 3 in the early game, but that 1 DD rune for the gyro equalizes.
Now the question for me is, can Secret actually do Roche themselves? There's some abilities on cooldown like that Winner's Curse. Are they willing to take that risk? It looks like they are. But Rocket Flare is going to spot him, and I'm quite certain Fnatic are not going to give up this Roshan like they did the last.
Definitely, you don't want to do that here. Curse
There's,
up in 8 seconds.
Hook shot up as well. Ice, ice, ice. He got the last pick of the draft. It's time to make this one worth it.
Matu has no buyback. Be careful.
They need to even jump in. Winner's Curse onto the side, but Nisha does manage to grab the Aegis as well as the cheese, plus killing DJ already
Matu
now.
died.
Puppy, he's going to be died on the side. Matu actually gets executed somehow. Puppy forced out onto the high ground. Looks like he could be okay. Both of them slowed down, and now Nisha is here. But the Morphling jumping in. They do actually have that stun coming out from the hook onto Nisha, helping 23 Savage to be able to survive. But Ice 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 is stuck in a cage with Nisha. Will be brought down, but Nisha loses his Aegis. Now Fnatic need to be able to back up, reset a little bit, play on their high ground. And it looks like the two are just going to separate here.
Whoa, whoa, what? Bottom?
Yeah, bottom tier 3 died. That was Moon.
Yeah, that's why he was late to the fight. He took bottom tier 3 as that engagement went down.
Oh, that's pretty nasty.
That was sick. I think he just died. That was all DJ, by the way, killing Slark. He got the curse off. Yapsor's auto attacks and then a Winner's Blast, or Splinter Blast, timed perfectly, actually just executed him. He had no buyback, as you said. You can see here.
Oh, yeah. He was so low.
Oh, he actually just dies to Yapsor. What the hell?
How does Yapsor do so much damage?
Oh, the talent, level 10, 60 damage.
He took
no
that, huh?
biggie. But this was really cool. Watch how much heal. So Cold Embrace on the gyro. Look how much he heals.
Yeah.
I think you're still auto-attacking.
By the way, I think you're supposed to use an IO in that situation.
Probably,
It's going to pass that heal over to the gyrocopter. Plus, poor old Jab's being
Let DJ work, all right? He killed the Slark with no buyback.
That's true, that's true.
Fight. It's also tough to, you talk about muscle memory, like save my core.
Yeah.
You don't think like, no, I'll save my core by healing my Wisp. Because also if like, let's say Tether's not active, then you feel really dumb. You're getting your Wisp killed and the gyro killed first.
Well, Nisha, no matter how good fights look for Fnatic, they still don't have an answer to this Morphling, right? They kill everyone else in the game, but the 20K net worth Morphling is still a big problem.
This will be sick, though. Ice 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 is 600 gold away from his Ags.
Okay.
Which is so much fun because it just gives you a new ability. You reset your cooldowns, and then you get bonus move and attack speed, but then you get stunned after. It's just the weirdest Ags.
Yeah.
It used to just be hook cooldown. Now it's effectively a refresher orb.
Yeah, real sick. Everyone thought to themselves, I always like to buy refresher on Clockwork. Yeah.
It is kind of weird, but I just like the idea of overclock. Oh, hold on.
Okay. Cox. Just a little bit of disable, all that AoE damage forces Matubman back. They are going to be able to get some catch, but 23 Savage pushing forward. Trying to catch anybody that they can. Unfortunately, the rocket is just not quite enough. Now, it's Nisha's turn to go back in. Jabs relocated back out, and the TP away by at least one of them. But can Moon and DJ survive? It looks like into the trees they go. Does Zai have the read? No, pit up.
I love the way Fnatic have itemized to play this game. You can see the theory behind how they want to win. It's guerrilla style warfare. It's hit and run. You've got a blink on Wyvern and Lesh. Clock's going to have hook. You've got a Wisp playing with his gyro. You can't take a full-on 5-on-5 and a choke point. So just find the pick-off, back off, strike again. It's the only way you can really get Secret's lineup out of its comfort zone, and look, this is how you do it.
Dude, Moon. This guy had such a rough start to the game, but he is really turning up. He's threatening Matumba Man repeatedly with all this AoE damage. He's been able to take the tier 3 bottom.
It's all the global mobility as well, Cap. You've got spam rockets from Ice to push lanes and provide vision, bots on Lesh, a Wisp Gyro, Wyvern playing off map and in trees at all times. It's so important with the map this large nowadays.
Can we see that talent from the Clockwork? Is it, yeah, he took the True Sight.
It's good. You're playing against Glimmer Capes.
Yeah.
No reason not to.
Plus, it helps you scout for wards and stuff like that. So there it is, overclocking. Basically a refresher with, a little bit of attack speed to it. Oh, this is going to be relocated in. Do they have the opportunity? Nisha's actually quite low, but he does have the cheese. Full heal up for him. The second round of cogs being thrown out, trying to keep these heroes locked in. Die. He's certainly in trouble, but at the same time, Ice is going to be dying. 23 Savage up with a full heal thanks to Jab.
Whoa,
but now he's left alone. BKB, teleport out. Do they have anything to stop him? They do not. No basher on anybody on the side of Secret, so a BKB TP is always free.
The Wisp had dropped Tether there, otherwise he would have been able to take his Gyro out safely. Perhaps he thought he could continue fighting. TP attempted, DJ will get out.
And Moon should also be fine here. He's got vision of him coming over. So. Satanic now for Nisha.
This is a really tough game, and a big part of that is Matu. His net worth is so poor at the moment because of that buyback earlier in the game. In addition, he went for this like fighting style, drums into defusal BKB. So it's not as if he's had the luxury of like fast farming throughout the game. He's also been playing very active, and now only at 13k net worth, barely ahead of his allied Underlord. Zai, what's he got? Just going for aura items, I imagine. Yeah, 4-staff, Crimson Pipe. But you don't have the Vlads, you don't have the AC, so the offensive output of Secret's still a little limited because you're just playing against so much these mobile heroes, but also the backup of a Wyvern and Wisp. It's very tough to ever burst someone down. I know all the damage is the Gyro and the Lesh, but they've got the support that ensures they're going to stay alive. And even if you have them stunned or they're embraced, they're still going to be dealing the brunt of their damage, thanks to the Axe Gyro and Satanic complete.
Satanic plus the Holy Locket picked up by
Wait,
Jeff,
really?
So
he did it? Dude, that's the strat, I'm telling you.
Well played.
Somebody do the math, but I'm fairly certain with the 35% increase on Wisp's allied healing, plus the 17% amplified healing on Gyrocopter, and the 150% that Io's heal transfers to the ally, it's a big advantage.
It sounds like some big numbers, but first, we're going to see Matumba Man try and get here. Immediately stopping Winter's Curse. Look at Moon just getting shredded by Nisha, though, who turned into the Winter Wyvern and just laying fire down from above. But fortunately, he was able to get that Yule's Blink away. He escaped. Moon got out, and it's actually Yapzor who dies here. Nisha catches up to Ice. Ice will be able to execute him rather quickly. Same goes with DJ on the side of Matumba Man. Fnatic, though, do get all their important heroes out. Both Moon and Jabs.
Gotta be careful though, Secret's coming high ground. They do so much base damage now because Nisha's got so many items.
Yeah, they gotta teleport back. Unfortunately, no buybacks.
Structures are fortified.
They try to push out bottom lane so they can get some heroes to maybe move back and defend. We do see the triple shotgun coming out from Nisha.
Dyer's middle tower are fortified.
That's 1 Rax, possibly even 2.
By the way, if I'm not wrong, I believe that's like eight adaptive strikes if they're soulbound together.
Yeah, because it's +3, so you shoot 4, then 8.
You shoot it twice.
Yeah.
They're stuck together. So, gobbling down some mangoes. 2 lanes of barracks already down, basically, as this melee is going to fall. But the Matumba Man actually takes his opportunity, jump on a move. But there's the Dark Rift. They take the melee racks. Easy escape.
It's the right play from Secret. Yeah, you might be able to take that fight, but maybe DJ gets a buyback up, you've got no idea, and you've secured the racks. Just get out, regroup. You're gonna have a lot of gold now to spend, buy some items, look to do it again. Halberd now on Zai. Third Roche will become a primary objective quite soon. It can respawn as early as 7 seconds from now, maximum 3 minutes. And no big items from Fnatic coming out anytime soon. Again, they can't take these 5-on-5 engagements too well. It's Morph versus Gyro, but that does certainly help because not only does this Rapier provide a ton of damage, but now it gives True Strike. Truly True Strike, unlike the MKB, which is so effective when a hero like Morph has had a Butterfly this entire game. Like, suddenly you can go toe-to-toe. quite easily. Plus, even if you're stunned, your Cold Embrace doesn't matter. The Ags is still going to be pumping out
This
damage.
is a nice pickup. They get it. Zai locked inside. He's going to try and get out, but there's a hook shot and follow up. He can also refresh it if he wants to, and that's what he's going to do. Put him inside the cogs, and he actually hook shot. It's over, trying to catch Puppy there, but he got hit by the pounds from Matumba and unable to grab. Meanwhile, Zai's going to be just destroyed up by that Divine Rapier. They relocated back out, though. I think they wanted to be able to stay and fight because Moon is certainly taking down the back line. Puppy, he ends up falling. Nisha, though, doing the same thing, trying to go for Ice Ice. Turns into a clockwork and rocket flares him to death. The Bloodstone trying to keep Moon alive. Yule Scepter for a little bit. They actually get the Cold Embrace stolen out. They're going to try and help Moon here as best as possible, and unfortunately, there's just not much they can do against Nisha's damage while Matumba goes for jabs. Better take him down. 23 Savage left on an island all alone, but not alone. Moon actually comes in with a clutch stun. Nisha burned out of all of his mana here. Can they chase him down? Jabs joining him, trying to give him that extra bit of movement speed to chase down that damn Morphling. Matumba also managed to escape with his Aghanim's Palace, both of them. Just too much mobility for Fnatic to continue to take a fight when they want to.
That was crazy. The damage output from the Gyrocopter certainly surprised Secret, but as you said, both Slark and Morphling very heads up to just get the hell out of there. And even evasion on the Underlord is going to be negated now. As you can see, the Flax coming out, a Glimmer Cape, try and save Zai. The Force Staffs as well, super effective. Secret's always got a couple of those in the bank. And yeah, he just gets absolutely obliterated. But that was buybacks used by the Wisp and the Lesh, which is incredibly important because those are the two heroes that can rejoin the fight immediately with the reload and the bots. So now you don't have that option anymore. Suddenly, if Secret can take out Moon, it becomes a 4-on-5, most likely to be fought at Fnatic's bottom and single remaining racks.
Okay, well, that's a pretty important pickup. Moon just got that level 25, the Diabolic Edict explosions. He's always being targeted by a solo Nisha, who's just kind of running at him. So that big increase in damage might be able to help him defend. But, oh, geez, look at that. Grimstroke's got an Ethereal Blade, too.
Wow. That's actually most likely going to be used purely for defensive purposes, because whoever they open on, or Wyvern Curse, you E-Blade that target, keep them alive. If you can buy 3 seconds or so, we discussed this, Fnatic's low on stuns. Gyrocopter and Lesh, their only real sources of damage. If you don't 100-0 somebody like Morph or Slark, they're going to survive. Especially now that there's an Ags on Matu. Could change that. DJ, he's getting a Hex. That's big, because suddenly they can utilize that global mobility so much better, because you can blink Hex, boom, there's a relocate, hook to follow up. You have a guaranteed 5 seconds of disable. That should be enough to execute someone.
Yeah, so many times it's like Ice 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 initiating and he gets a battery assault on somebody, but they're still able to use their items like their Force Staffs to just be able to buy more time. Oh, this is a nice little pickup. Just getting the BKB out of Matumba may allow Fnatic to just go hard and searching for a team fight. In fact, they're already smoked up right now.
Matu's BKB down to just 6 seconds. Nisha's also at 6 seconds.
Dude, Flicker is actually pretty legit this game. It'll get you away from the clockwork quite nicely.
Yep, Magic Lamp on the Wisp. That is the dream, especially under the circumstances with no buyback.
Hook shot, initiation. They're going to go for the relocate on top of the cogs, but he already pushed them a little bit farther away. They're still going to go for it, though. Nisha actually jumping into the two of them, soul bind up. The second hook shot actually stalling up Nisha, but he gets a Satanic off, and now he heals up back to full, but still jabbed in the back line, being beaten down by Zai. Finally, they do get him. They get the silence onto the Gyrocopter while he's cold and braced up, so he can't do anything to stop that right now. Puppy did die with no buyback here, but so did 2 of Fnatic heroes. So Fnatic, they're going to choose to retreat away from this, even though 2 cores were low. They felt like they just couldn't keep going. They got to protect this Divine Rapier on 23 Savage.
This is just not a fight you want to take if you're Fnatic. It's all about finding the pickoffs. You were so close to having a Hex on DJ, who's also got the Ninja Gear, so you're going to have free smokes on him at all times looking to hunt kills. That's how you've got to play this. You cannot fight into a choke point, especially when Underlord has that level 25 talent, now a 2.6 second route. Like, you're relocating into the cogs. It's not Secret that are split up now. It's actually the lineup of Fnatic, as 3 heroes are overexposed, as DJ had no entrance in the fight. Now he's in a lot of trouble. You don't want to have to use buyback here, because then you get no Hex.
Straight up winners cursing. Zai actually force staffing up the high ground to be able to chase DJ down with all that movement speed he's got. He's going to make sure that DJ is forced to cold embrace, which means Matumba Man can take him at his leisure. That opens up Roshan pretty nicely.
And a Rapier of his own on Nisha. I like it. This item, we're going to see more often if games go late. It's also part of the reason I don't think we're really ever going to see anything get to all 70 minutes. Because Rapier giving True Strike now is actually such a huge advantage because you don't need MKB any longer. Whereas previously, in these mega late scenarios, you'd need those 2 slots. It also gives more damage. I think it was 200 at first, like years and years ago, then 250, now 330. Very
Frog just kept buffing it up because not enough people would buy it.
To be fair, Rapier Gaming is immediately entertaining. Like, you already know it's hype. It raises the stakes on every engagement, whether it's a pickoff or a team fight.
Nisha off by himself right now, and they do have vision of him. But what do? You hook shot onto him, you cogs him backwards.
You got no DJ, just wait. He's also got a Prince's Knife on DJ, so he'll be able to blink Hex, chill, wait for the reload, attack, Hex for 1.5 seconds. Like, it's all about the pickoffs. And this late in the game, respawns are so long that you're going to most likely be able to force buybacks off of that. And then one more, and suddenly Fnatic's lineup may be weaker in 5-on-5s, but if they get a hero advantage, Secret don't really have the luxury of being able to play without one of their cores. Even Grimstroke or Rubik, honestly, the lack of them could just lose them a fight. Because they provide so much of the utility in lockdown.
31-22, a 16,000 net worth lead for Team Secret. They're definitely winning this game, but Fnatic just need one good fight to turn things around. It's going to start off with the initiation on Morphling, chain-stunning him down. Beautiful setup. That's life number 1. Can they do it in life number 2? They still have the refresh from Ice as well. He's going to activate his BKB, turn into a Gyrocopter immediately. He's going to be Winter's Curse. Hold him in place during that BKB. They're going to try and Dark Rift out. Fnatic unable to grab anybody else here.
Yep, see them pinging the DD. They're making a mad dash for it on Dire. And that is the right move from Secret. You can see how easy it is now for Nisha to die. The late game engagements, like we talked about, you have to 100 to 0 him, right? Well, all of a sudden, you've got 5 seconds of Hex available, whereas previously you were playing with just a Lesh stun. It's so much easier now, and nothing on Secret is hard combo break. So if you get caught in front of Gyro, you are just dead. DD on Nisha now to go with the Rapier.
Damage a hit.
Good lord.
Watch out for that bad boy.
Still anybody's game. Well, my favorite Dendi quotes from some interview long ago is about how once you reach a certain point in Dota, it's no longer Dota. It's just kind of crazy. I don't remember exactly how he phrased it, but it's just who stuns who first. That'll determine the winner of this first game.
So many people have these instant disables or BKB piercing disables. That's what our Gyrocopter is going to go for next. We've seen plenty of Basher builds in the past, thanks to the Aghanim Scepter. But Moon, he's really challenging for this, but he actually blinks backward. Matamba Man, perfect read. You saw him just booking it north. He's saying, if Moon's going to do something like this, what a Winter's Curse! That was nasty. DJ just got a kill solo there on the Slark, offsetting Moon, feeding and having no buyback.
Fnatic fans are kind of used to this. For the last, 3-4 years, the squad seems to ride or die with DJ's performance. When he's hot, he's one of the best 4s in Dota. When he's off, not quite the same, but so far this game, he's been critical. That's the second time he's been able to kill Matu with a Winter's Curse.
Yeah, Matu, they're saying, like, you're not the real carry. Secret. They are actually just going to go high ground without him.
They force the glyph, immediately Dark Rift down. This is, you remember when Newbie used to do this? What was it, TI8, TI9? Yeah. They just spammed KP's Underlord, and they play this low-risk, medium-reward game where they just kind of force out, get an objective here, a glyph here, slowly whittle down your resources without really risking anything, because Fnatic have no counterplay to the Rift out. There's no Venge here, there's no Disruptor.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Any other items that can change this game up?
Maybe more hexes. You've got one queued up on Moon. He needs to save enough for buyback, of course, which will cost him 2,000. So he's still considerable gold away from that ability.
So he's trying to get in position. These outposts are great for heroes like Winter Wyvern, because if they group up, you've got this clear vision to be able to show that.
Might go
But if
for
Secret,
it.
as long as they're
Dangerous.
just constantly careful, Nisha's going to lead it off by himself. They're going to Winner's Curse him immediately. Does manage to get off the Shrink Morph, though. How did he make that read? Nisha, he's going to be able to turn, and immediately tries to go for Jabs, who's going to be Cold Embrace. And 23 Savage fighting with that Divine Rapier is actually doing a pretty good job. Now they managed to get the Sight Device on him as well. Clockwork refreshing, looking to be able to get that follow-up initiation on Nisha, but he's dead. He can buy back here. Missed hook shot and the Divine Rapier on the ground as well. The stun on the Clockwork from his refresh earlier. As Secret are hoping to just be able to move backwards here. They don't want to have to blow their buyback from the Morphling as well.
That was so sick. The TB came out a little early, so Nisha knew what was going on, but he just didn't respect the damage and the lockdown. The rest of his team was still caught a little to the bottom left. Looks like Ice did a great job. Hooked in, cogs them out, and then refreshed to do it again. Matu?
They're going to relocate over this. The Dark Grip, can they get the kill on the Ice and get out? Nope, the damage wasn't quite fast enough there.
Yeah.
But at least they don't get caught by the double Divine Rapier Gyrocopter.
Yeah. You've got to buy back on the Morphling, of course, but as you said, it's double Divine Rapier. I love that he's still keeping the Paladin Sword. It's a significant, like, it's lower damage than other options, but because of the healing amp with the Satanic, with a Wisp, it's like you're indestructible. I don't believe you can actually target this Gyro, and you need to because he's got 2 Rapiers. It's all about damage mitigation, but as we saw, like, you just can't go toe-to-toe with the hero any longer. This disarm from Zai is incredibly necessary. I wouldn't be surprised to see more halberds picked up even. It's one of the puppy specials on his old school 5s.
Yeah, they're going to need it somehow to stop 23 Savage, who doesn't need boots. He just roll forward like the tank that he is.
He also ate the Ags too, so he's just doing, he still has it. There's just so much damage out, but watch this Rax melt.
10 seconds till the Morphling is up. Is Fnatic going to back down here?
They suddenly have a 9,000 gold lead, but again, when a Rapier changes hands, it's a significant swing. The XP, though, that really tells the story of this game, because Secret was in the lead, 30k up, but now all of a sudden that's cut in half, but even by a third.
I mean, Secret just doesn't have enough stuns.
No.
Like, it's amazing. You talk about the late game of like, oh, Morphling and Slark, you know, they scale really well into late game, yada, yada, yada. But if you just don't have the stuns to actually stop a hero like Gyrocopter with the double Divine Rapier plus Satanic, he's just going to out-lifesteal every bit of damage you throw at him.
And there's really no, like, counterplay. You see, Matu's queuing up a Butterfly. I assume maybe he doesn't realize that the Rapier is giving True Strike, but that is not the item here. To your point, you need an Abyssal. You need something to deal with this Gyro. And at this point, like, Fnatic can just hold hands. Like, Wisp backing up the Gyrocopter, everybody else hunting, and Nisha's got a Linken's queued up to try and defeat that Hex play, but because of the Prince's Knife, it's quite simple for DJ to just auto-attack first, get that little Hex, somebody breaks it, or he does it himself with the Splinter Blast into the follow-up Hex. A Refresher Shard on the Grimstroke, but for maybe a double defensive V-Blade could be big, but so far, Fnatic now suddenly in control of this game. BKB on Ice as well, so he'll be able to continue just being that nuisance, just forcing Secret to play in more of a split style.
Now he's got a chance to actually keep people chain stun with his Aghanim's refresh, right? Because before he would initiate and then somebody would always stun him or he'd get silenced by the Grimstroke. Now there's a chance for him to be able to hook, cogs push again. That's like 5-6 seconds of disable.
And it stuns through BKB as well. So you have the possibility for 4 full seconds of disable.
Yeah, that's pretty much canceling out a BKB. Exactly. That's really nice.
When will Fnatic look to push is the question. This is the right move. You look at their warding around the map. They've got both outposts, which has also been critical in this game because it's allowed them to play both sides of the map. Secret don't have that luxury because they don't have the Wisp. So whenever you have control of the corners as Fnatic, it's a huge boon to your side because you're now threatening everywhere at once.
Oh, he is going to go for it. I thought, like, you don't have any damage items on Jabs. You don't have, like, a Desolator or Maelstrom or something like that. But he's with the Gyrocopter, so at the end of the day, if Gyrocopter's hitting everybody with a flat cannon shot, why not get a Wisp shot in there as well? It's like an extra 150 damage to your Gyrocopter, basically.
Yep. A Blink Hex available now on Moon. Talked about how Fnatic were low on stuns. Suddenly they've got 3 different methods of Sheep Stick. You've got double BKB piercing hook shot. still the winner's curse as well. And that's an issue with Secret's lineup. They cannot deal with spell immunity from Fnatic right
They
now.
want to force this fight. It's a revenge of the double damage
Oh,
route.
no.
23 Savage immediately goes for the back line. The Aeon Dust going to help him out. Moon trying to be saved by that Bloodstone. They're still going to try and chase down Puppey as much as possible. They are full committed to this one support. They're going to relocate back in as they had no detection to be able to deal with that support. But Tumbaman isolates himself, but he does manage to pounce himself over the cliff quite nicely. Zai, who approached that team fight, think, oh no, that's not the right flicker. Force F's down the cliff, double Force F as well. He's okay. Be careful with that neutral item.
What? That is the worst item, Cap. I have never seen Flicker work out well. You always blink into the enemy. It seems like it's hard-coded in.
Just don't try it next time, Zai. Just Force that first. And if you really need to, if you're really in trouble, then you can flicker.
That's the worst. It's terrible. It gives 30 move speed
Yeah.
and gets you killed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Where's my pension?
That's what it do. Ice Frog giveth. And Ice Frog
Where's
taking
the
away.
Dark
Oh,
Rift
look at this. They found Jab and 23 Savage in the river on the low ground. They're going to try and quickly jump. They force the BKB. Matumbaman got so low so fast, though. He has to be quick with the trigger finger here when it comes to Shadow Dance and his BKB and his pounce. Because he cannot stand toe-to-toe to that gyrocopter for very long.
Now Fnatic, they're the ones playing.
Oh, the heart. That's
Whoa.
a big pickup.
Wait, oh, Courier Gaming? What's coming back on for the Radiant side? They've got wards and nothing else.
I think they were also scouting out the Roshan earlier.
Yeah.
There was a lot of couriers around that pit.
I wonder who you give the Aegis to, because, I guess, you drop the BKB on 23 Savage, you pick up the Aegis, it makes sense. It's going to be an Axe and
All
Refresher.
right, heart time for Jabs.
Who gets what? Yeah, as you said, heart on Jab, so this is so much healing.
All right, they're going to give the Aghanims to Jabs, so he's got the spirits constantly out now.
Just providing more vision.
The heart is super scary because he gets cold embraced as well.
Yeah.
And if he's not taking any damage, they don't throw something magic on him, then the heart actually re-ups. He starts healing the gyrocopter with that.
It's at a point now where Secret have run out of damage. This
Yeah.
is the way this matchup seems to work, where in the mid-game, Morph gets his second, third item, and you see him steal the flak and just absolutely brutalize people. But once you make it this far, when Rapiers come into play, the gyrocopter's just too damn strong. And too damn tanky, especially with all these plus regen items coming in, and Jabs being so unbelievably farmed.
Octarine for Moon. So that'll significantly help out his survivability, both in the spell lifesteal and a little bit of stat upgrade as well.
We're going to get to level 30s pretty soon.
Yeah. Who has the biggest level 30? So our Morphling, what are some of the ones on Morph that we haven't seen yet?
I mean, the morph
Waveform
duration, the
charge.
cooldown reduction, and 2 waveform charges. Those are pretty decent for your playmaking
Let's
ability.
compare
with the
that to our
fights.
gyrocopter carry, who's the other one really close to.
Global call down.
Nah.
That's huge, Cap.
Eh.
You can push
You get
creep waves.
250 health, right? Is that what it was for the level 10 talent?
Yes.
That is legitimately the best one he's gonna get.
You get homing missile stun duration, though, and you have 3 of them. So
Okay.
that could be big.
Okay. That's a little something. Fnatic marching forward. Oh, he
my
almost just
God.
managed to bop down
Look
the
at the
gyrocopter,
healing.
but he still has the heal coming out from his Aghanim Scepter, as well as from Jabs. He actually went up the full, and reminder, he's still got that Aegis. So even if they bring him down once here, they're gonna have to find a second solution. He's cold embraced on a tier 3 tower with his Aghanim shots going out, finishing up these buildings. Pulling him away. Telekinesis separating from the tether here. Is this an opportunity? 23 Savage, not at all, because he's just cold embrace again. They're just gonna keep doing this. They're saying, Secret, you have to commit harder than what you're doing right now, because 23 Savage has he's facing downhill, so they can force staff him. And they're cold embracing him. Bit by bit, these buildings are gonna die. You have to find an opening inside. Nice, left-hand side. BK beat up. Jabs actually coming over, but he got stunned by the buy. Now he's gonna be bound up with the Grimstroke, but they are gonna get the cold embrace off, so he's gonna be fine. Until the triple after strike comes in, actually executes the gyrocopter. A winner's curse, buying him out. Tried to tether over to the other side, but he didn't quite make it. Got stuck inside the pin. 23 Savage operating without a whisper now, but it won't be enough to be able to bring down the Morphling once. He's got a buyback. Zai, left with no mana, has a flicker up in a second, but is surrounded by heroes, managed to get up into the high ground, but can he get away from the gyrocopter? No, he can't. He's gonna buy back as well as the Morphling. Nisha, turned into a gyrocopter. Flat cannon shots out, telekinesis, he initiates, tries to get the Morphling forward, but he gets sight device up. He's dying fast, 23 Savage turns for him. No, he actually wants to go back to Matumbaman. Matumbaman pounces away. Hit a little bit of slow, a little bit of stuns. Fnatic. They're stalled up a little bit as Secret managed to retreat back to the fountain, but they get 2 lanes up barracks. That's going to be Megas right now. Secret, they have to be able to find an opening now. They can't deal with Megas and this Fnatic team. Matumman tries to go for the back line, tries to go for the Winter Wyvern, pounces himself away. He needs to be able to reach in back up. Jab's a little bit low, but Nisha doesn't have the confidence to be able to commit into that team. The 23 Savage, he's just too big. Force staff away. Guarding back. A on disc. Puppy needs to be able to pull back the fountain once again. Nisha full heal up with the Satanic. Right side device comes in. He turns, activates his BKB, way forward, trying to go for jab. Shotguns him, not good enough. Cold embrace, and now he's dead. No buyback. Nisha, he shot his shot. He went for jabs, but it wasn't good enough. Sane goes with the Matumman. Does manage to get off the Shadow Dance, but look at jabs. He's so tanky. Another cold embrace is up. It's always up. The heals, the sustain, it's too much. More buybacks. They approach the fountain. They're pushing Secret back. They're taking them out of this game. Game 1 goes to Fnatic.
Oh my god. 23 Savage, how much damage you got? A lot. He just didn't die. Secret just kept throwing everything at them. No one cares. You can't kill anyone, and eventually you're in range of Gyrocopter and he kills you. I don't really have much to add. We just witnessed just an invincible army. Like marching forwards uncontested. Double rapier, man.
Dota's a crazy game. You look at this lineup, I would look at Team Secret's lineup and I would just go 1-to-1. I'd be like, oh yeah, of course Morphling and Slark are gonna out-carry a Gyrocopter. But a Gyrocopter, not by himself. It's his team. He's got a Wisp with him, tethering him up. In turn, Wisp has got a Cold Embrace coming in from Winter Wyvern. Like, how do you break this chain?
I think they threw everything on him and he just heals the full out. We'll Cold Embrace you under the tower, force the glyph, because your axe is doing 200 tower damage a shot. Good God, what a game. What a game, what a series. This is only game 1, babe. We got more.
What a way to start day 2 of Dream League playoffs. Let's take a break, go to the panel.